Hello, my name is Darlene Zebel and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this little 7-minute to success vignette, I'm going to give you a business tip on how to name your business. This is something that I personally see a lot of new entrepreneurs and business owners where they make a mistake. They're thinking about what they're going to name the business before they think about who their customer is. And I'm going to share with you some things that I've gone through personally. Basically, the business name should tell the customer what the business is about. And, you could still be different. I was different when I had my management consulting firm, which I named Actoris. And I remember people saying, what the heck is that? Well, their response is what I was looking for. Because at that point in time, everybody's consulting firm was named after the person who owned the firm. And it was kind of boring. And I wanted to do something different. So I called it Actoris. A friend of mine is a Latin buff. And I was discussing with her, I needed to come up with a name. And I didn't want to use my name. And she found a Latin word called actoritas. And in Latin, it stood for counselor, advisor. So it was a perfect word to use, but I thought it was too long. People wouldn't know what it is. People didn't know what it is anyway. So I just took out a few letters and I shortened it. And from that, I started with 0 employees, 1 business partner, and we grew to over 150 management consultants in 5 offices across the country. And primarily, it was because every time I sent in a letter of introduction or a brochure, our target audience were chief information officers. Whenever they received it and I followed up with a phone call, their first question is, what does this word mean? And then I explained that we are advisors and counselors to chief information officers. So the business name should tell the customers what it is. It could be an acronym. And an acronym can spell out what it stands for. It could be your personal name. If you are a licensed advisor, an attorney, a CPA, you may want to use your name. I'm using my name now as Darlene Zebel as a business advisor and consultant to entrepreneurs because I've already created a brand around me. Another way you can think about it is just tell it like it is. Discount Tires is the name of a major company across the United States. It says what it is. It's selling tires at a discounted price. So if you're not sure, keeping it simple will help you in your marketing and branding because customers will know based on your name what it is you're selling. So people get so excited. They come to me, they want to launch a new business, they've got a great name. And when I ask them, what does the name mean? They have some idea behind it, but the idea behind the name that they created had nothing to do with what's going on in their customer's head or the future customers that they're hoping to obtain. So always think about the name first. And you can consider a DBA. Get Away with Murder is a company I've been advising for 25 years. It's a great entertainment business. It says what it does. Get Away with Murder. They're very, very funny, talented murder mystery shows that they put on across the country. They also use a DBA when they're doing something different. If it's in a dinner theater, they have something called Curtains, but it's a DBA of Get Away with Murder. So no matter what your incorporation name is, if you add on other avenues, if you add on other markets or other directions, you can create DBAs around that, doing business as. Branding can be a very, very expensive process for a small business. And, when you're starting out, you typically are bootstrapping it and you don't have a lot of money unless you have a product or service backed by venture capitalists where they're going to bring in massive, large, marketing companies that are going to do a very, very expensive marketing research for you. But if you're just starting out and you really don't have this support backing you, think about what's going on in the customer's head. Everything you're going to market, everything you're going to sell is answering a question that's going on already in their head. And the company name that you select may help you market your product or service. So think about that after you've started your marketing plan and after you've started your business plan, if possible. If you already are in business, like I said, maybe you need to create a DBA. My name is Darlene Zebel, and I just launched a free assessment tool, which is on my website. So please go to my website. In this tool, I'll ask you a lot of questions about your business, and I'll help point out those areas that I think need some improvements for you. Remember, a business name is really key. My first retail business was called The Cart Stop. It was a card and gift store in a train stop. It was the perfect name for that. You always have to think about what's going on in the customer's head. And if you're not sure, and if you're already launched, XYZ Corporation, and you're going into a different market, you can always use a DBA. And you can check with your attorney on how to legally file for a DBA. Thank you for joining me. I wish you all the greatest business success. Please subscribe to this channel, share these videos, leave me comments, and send me emails on what some of your other business challenges and questions are. And I'll include them in future 7 Minute for Success vignettes. Thank you for joining me.